So it's been about 5 months since the Pokemon Presents, and within that time frame we haven't really received any new information on the Sinnoh Remix and Pokemon Legends Arceus. In fact, the only new information we received so far is the release dates for those games, with Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl coming out later this year on November 19th, as well as Pokemon Legends Arceus coming out early next year, November 28th. But aside from that, there hasn't been that much new information about it. In fact, there wasn't even a mention of it at E3, which is what a lot of us Pokemon fans, including myself, have been waiting for. Now don't get me wrong, a lot of us Pokemon fans really enjoyed Nintendo's E3 this year. In fact, they pretty much won E3, with them finally showing us a trailer for Shin Megami Tensei 5, as well as a release date being in November this year, which is great because who doesn't want to play the originator of the monster catching genre? Plus, we finally got to see more gameplay footage of Breath of the Wild 2. We still don't know what the game's gonna be called. Like, seriously, Nintendo, can you at least reveal what the title of this game is? Like, come on, we've been waiting long enough. And we also got the reveal of Kazuya for Smash Bros. Ultimate. Although I originally thought that it was gonna be Heihachi Mishima from Tekken instead of Kazuya, because, well, Heihachi has a habit of throwing people off cliffs. But the one weird thing is, why did they leave out Pokemon? Because even though Pokemon usually have their own direct, they always either show or announce a new main series Pokemon game. And as a result of Pokemon's absence from E3, many fans have speculated whether or not Pokemon's going to have another direct. Now all we can really do is speculate, because there hasn't been really any confirmation from Game Freak or the Pokemon Company on whether or not we're going to have another Pokemon direct. So while I'm waiting on an official announcement from Game Freak and the Pokemon Company, I might as well go over my expectations for Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, as well as Pokemon Legends Arceus, because I kinda have a lot more to say about these games, more specifically Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Now at first I was a bit pulled off by the chibi kitty art style of these games. However, over time I started to get used to the art style because it kinda reminded me of the Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening remake, and how it was more chibi-like. So I really don't have much of a problem with the art style anymore. However, the main problem that I have has to do with whether or not this is going to be the definitive Sinnoh experience. And what I mean by that is, whenever you remake a Pokemon game, you have to make sure you add something to it and make it better than the original, to the point to where this is the definitive experience you will want to play over and over again. For example, the first Pokemon remakes, known as Fire Red and Leaf Green, are considered the definitive Kanto experience. And the main reason for this is because while it is the same story as Pokemon Red and Green, it does have some extra elements to flesh out the story more. For example, in the post-game it has the 7 islands that you can visit and catch Johto Pokemon. Plus is where you can battle the remnants of Team Rocket, who turn out to be the same admins that you face in Pokemon Gold and Silver. And while doing this, you also find out that Giovanni has a son. And we also find out that the Elite Four member Lorelei is actually from the 7 Islands. Now another example of a Pokemon remake being the definitive version can be seen with Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, because while it does the same plotline as the original, it does actually expand upon more stuff that wasn't in the original. For example, it expands upon the history of the Kimono Girls from Ecruteak City, having knowledge on both Ho-Oh and Lugia, as well as being able to summon them. And another thing that they added was the backstory of Silver, because it does explain why Silver is the way he is and why he has such a hatred of Team Rocket. Because if you utilize the Celebi event, you basically find out that Silver is the son of Giovanni, and Giovanni abandoned Silver after he lost to Red, which is the reason why Silver is the way he is. Plus, it also turns out that Giovanni was actually training in the Tojo Falls, which around this time he heard the radio broadcast from the Goldenrod radio tower that was taken over by the Team Rocket remnants. And he intended to rejoin his team, but he lost to the main character due to time travel. And once again, after losing to a kid, he disappeared. What a sore loser. But aside from just plot details involving characters, it also added in stuff that expanded the lore of the Johto region. For example, it had the embedded tower that was created from people coming from the Hoenn region, or the Sinjo ruins, which were created by people from the Johto region and the Sinnoh region, which also hints at a connection between Unknown and Arceus. And the one other thing that they didn't need to add, but they actually added it anyway, was the Battle Frontier that was in Pokemon Platinum. And the reason why so much lore and content was added to this game is because Game Freak wanted this game to stand out on its own and not just be a simple remake. Now, because of how great Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green were and Heart Gold and Soul Silver were, I would have high expectations for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Well, I kinda don't, and the main reason for this is because of Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Because while they are great games, they're kinda lazy remakes. While it does add some lore elements, it removes certain areas and certain features, such as the Battle Frontier. And the main reason why they removed it is because they kinda got lazy with it. Now, I know Game Freak is not developing this game. It's a company called Ilka. However, they basically said that these are going to be faithful remakes of Diamond and Pearl, not Platinum. Which is concerning because, let's be honest, the most definitive version of the Sinnoh games will always be Pokemon Platinum because of the amount of content it has. Not to mention, it also doesn't help that there's this fan-made concept trailer for Sinnoh remakes called Pokemon Sinnoh Adventures, because I mean, look at this. The graphics are so great, all the Pokemon are cel-shaded, the entire world feels alive, you see Pokemon running around doing stuff, interacting with the environment. You even see Dawn and Lucas riding on different types of Pokemon. And when the Pokemon are battling, you actually see them fighting each other, sort of like an auto battle system. And this person even went an extra mile to add Mega Evolution and voice acting to this. And keep this in mind, this is one person making this, while the Pokemon Company has a team of developers, artists, and graphic designers, and they can't make a game like this. That's pretty fucking embarrassing. Like, seriously, Game Freak, y'all niggas need to hire Millennium Loops because he's doing a way better job of making 3D Pokemon more lively than you guys are. And keep this in mind, this is merely a concept trailer, and the Pokemon world looks way more alive than any of the more recent Pokemon games. Now for Pokemon Legends Arceus, the expectations I have for that game are relatively moderate, as in I'm not overexcited for that game. However, I'm not expecting it to be a complete failure. But there are some legitimate concerns that I do have for that game, and that is that the game might be rushed similar to Sword and Shield. And the main reason why I see this has to do with the trailer footage, because in the trailer the Pokemon are just standing around in the overworld or moving around and not interacting with the environment. Plus, some of the older Pokemon have lower frame rate than anything else around it, which makes it seem like the game was rushed and poorly optimized, which also has me worried that there might be the same type of poor draw distance that Sword and Shield have, meaning a lot of overworld Pokemon are going to be popping in at random and it's going to look really odd. Though I am slightly hopeful that by the time the game comes out, we might have some high quality animations, because in the trailer we see one of the starter Pokemon, Cyndaquil, having its flames on its back out in its idle animation, while in previous 3D Pokemon games, its idle animation had no flames, except when it's attacking. And the other thing that I'm most excited about is the fact that this is a prequel Pokemon game, plus it takes place in the Sinnoh region, and Sinnoh is one of the most lore-rich regions in the series, so I'm looking forward to how they're going to expand upon the lore of Sinnoh, and maybe give some context as to how Sinnoh is connected to other regions aside from just Johto. But those are my overall expectations for Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and Legends Arceus. However, I'd like to hear what your concerns are, or what are you guys excited for the most about these upcoming games in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, share this video, and if you want to subscribe to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys all on the next video. Take care.